have a question. I want to come back to the issue of Taiwan. We hear more more criticism on Taiwan being excluded from COVID-19. They have very few cases and they can offer their experience to the world. So I would like to have your comments on this. And
I will repeat what I said the other day. We have been working with colleagues from Taiwan on the technical side throughout this pandemic. And you're right, it is important that we learn from all countries who are dealing with COVID-19. I've personally, myself and Steve, have briefed members from Taiwan CDC, public health professionals and scientists, where we've had an exchange of information about what is happening at the global level in different regions, and also from Taiwan as well. And we have a number of people who are serving in our clinical networks and our infection prevention and control networks. And again, it's an opportunity where we regularly meet through teleconferences, where there's the opportunity to exchange information peer-to-peer. And this is invaluable to be able to have first-hand experience with patients, to say how are they developing disease? How can we treat them? How do we prevent onward transmission? And so there has been a regular and open dialogue throughout the pandemic.
As we've said before, there's two parts to this. There's the participation within the WHO governance process, within, for example, the World Health Assembly. And that's an issue that member states of the organization decide. The WHO staff does not have the mandate to decide those issues. WHO staff works technically and operationally to fulfill the mandate of WHO to coordinate, to convene, to provide advice, to furnish assistance for the response. That's the work of WHO staff. The decisions about participation in the governance processes, in the membership in the Health Assembly, is a decision that is and belongs to member states. But within the technical work that we do, as Maria has made clear, there are a range of areas that we cooperate, work with, engage with Taiwanese experts, both within the context of this current pandemic and generally. And we listed those, and they're available on our website. I think just, again, to remind of three of the key ones for the response now. There is a point of contact within Taiwan CDC that has access to the International Health Regulations event information site. This is the key platform for exchanging information among all the parties and stakeholders in the International Health Regulations. There are two of the key clinical networks that Taiwanese experts participate in: the Clinical Management Network and the Infection Prevention and Control Network. These networks meet at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And there is the direct contact between WHO at a technical level, Maria just mentioned these, and Taiwan CDC.
I think it is important the health authorities in Taiwan and Taiwan CDC deserve praise. They've mounted a very good public health response in Taiwan, and you can see that in the numbers. And we have praised that, and we've seen similar approaches taken in Hong Kong, SAR, and across China. And we are observing, and we are watching, and we are bringing Taiwanese colleagues into the networks, the technical networks, so they can share their experience, and they can both contribute their knowledge, but also seek new knowledge from outside. And I do believe that health experts from Taiwan CDC were involved in one of the initial missions in China with colleagues from Hong Kong, SAR, as a joint mission to Wuhan by the National Health Commission in Beijing. So that there, as Steve has said, these kinds of scientific collaborations without China are extremely important. But you know, Taiwan health authorities, Taiwan CDC, professionals and health workers in Taiwan have stood on the front line. They've served and they have done service to their populations, and as many others have around the world. And from our perspective, we all stand with our professional, scientific and health colleagues everywhere.